Close your eyes for a moment and listen. Can you hear it? That gentle rhythmic sigh, the sound of waves caressing the shore, a timeless melody that has soothed souls for millennia. This is the voice of the ocean, a voice we think we know so well. We see its vast shimmering surface, a mirror reflecting the sky, and we feel a sense of familiarity, of connection. But what if I told you that what we see, what we hear, is just a whisper? A beautiful, mesmerizing veil drawn over a world of secrets. The ocean in all its grandeur is hiding its face from us. When we stand at the edge of the sea, we are standing at the threshold of the largest, most mysterious realm on our planet. More than 70% of Earth's surface is covered by water, and yet we know more about the surface of Mars than we do about our own ocean floor. It's a staggering thought, isn't it? We gaze at the stars, dreaming of distant galaxies, while a universe of unknown wonders lies right here, beneath the waves. The part of the ocean we're most familiar with is the sunlit zone, the top 200 meters. This is where sunlight can penetrate, fueling life through photosynthesis. It's a bustling, vibrant metropolis of marine life. Here you'll find the great coral reefs, the rainforests of the sea, teeming with fish of every imaginable color. Playful dolphins leap through the waves, and majestic whales sing their haunting songs as they migrate across entire basins. This is the face the ocean chooses to show us, bright, full of life, and endlessly fascinating. It's the postcard view, the image that comes to mind when we think of the sea. But this is just the lobby of a skyscraper that plunges miles deep into darkness. Let's take a journey downward, past the familiar blue. As we descend beyond the sunlit zone, we enter the twilight zone, or the mesopelagic zone. It stretches down to about 1,000 meters. Here, the light fades dramatically. It's a world of shadows and silhouettes, where sunlight becomes a faint, ghostly glow. The pressure here is immense, and the temperature drops. You might think life would struggle to exist, but you'd be wrong. This is the realm of bioluminescence. Life creates its own light. Imagine floating in this perpetual twilight. All around you, sparks and flashes of light appear like stars in a deep, dark sky. A school of lanternfish passes by, their sides adorned with tiny light-producing organs called photophores, blinking in a silent, secret code. A jellyfish pulses with an eerie ethereal glow, a living lantern drifting through the gloom. Creatures here use light to communicate, to attract mates, to lure prey, and to startle predators. It's a silent, dazzling light show that happens every second, completely hidden from our view. Many of these animals are masters of disguise, with silvery or transparent bodies that make them nearly invisible in the dim light. They are the secrets the twilight keeps. And the story gets even deeper. Below the twilight zone lies the midnight zone, the bathyal zone. From 1,000 to 4,000 meters deep, there is no sunlight at all. None. It is a world of absolute crushing blackness. The pressure is hundreds of times greater than at the surface, and the water is just a few degrees above freezing. It seems impossible that anything could survive here. But life, in its incredible tenacity, finds a way. The creatures of the midnight zone are like something from a science fiction movie. They are aliens on their own planet. Take the anglerfish, for example. The female dangles a glowing lure from her forehead, a tiny beacon of light in the infinite dark, tempting smaller fish to their doom. Then there's the gulper eel, which is mostly just a giant mouth attached to a long, slender body, capable of swallowing prey much larger than itself. Vampiroteuthis infernalis, which translates to vampire squid from hell, sounds terrifying. But it's a small, gentle creature that, when threatened, pulls its webbed arms over its body like a cloak, revealing spooky-looking but harmless spines. These animals have adapted in the most extreme ways to a life without light and with very little food. They are a testament to the sheer stubborn power of life to persist in the most inhospitable corners of our world. But we're not at the bottom yet. Below the midnight zone lies the abyss, the abyssal zone, stretching down to 6,000 meters. And even deeper, you have the hadal zone, the deep-sea trenches that are the deepest points on Earth, like the Mariana Trench, which plunges nearly 11,000 meters down. That's deeper than Mount Everest is tall. The pressure here is over 1,000 times that at the surface, equivalent to having 50 jumbo jets stacked on top of you. For a long time, we thought these depths were lifeless deserts. We were wrong. In the 1970s, scientists exploring the deep ocean in submersibles made one of the most incredible discoveries in modern biology. They found hydrothermal vents. These are like underwater geysers, spewing out superheated mineral-rich water from beneath the Earth's crust. And clustered around these vents, in total darkness and under crushing pressure, they found thriving ecosystems. Instead of sunlight, life here is powered by chemicals from the vents in a process called chemosynthesis. Giant tube worms, some several feet long, with bright red plumes, have no mouth and no gut. They rely on bacteria living inside them to create food from the toxic chemicals. Ghostly white crabs scuttle over the rocks, and strange fish navigate the hot, cloudy water. Discovering these vent communities completely changed our understanding of where life could exist, not just on Earth, but potentially on other planets or moons in our solar system. The ocean wasn't just hiding its face. It was hiding a fundamental secret about life itself. And it's not just life that the ocean hides. It hides our history. The ocean floor is the world's largest museum, holding countless shipwrecks from throughout human history. From ancient Roman trading vessels to the legendary Titanic, these wrecks are time capsules, perfectly preserved by the cold, dark, low-oxygen water. They tell us stories of trade, exploration, conflict, and tragedy. Exploring them is like touching the past, but so many of them remain undiscovered, their stories waiting in the silent deep. The ocean cradles our history, keeping it safe in its immense, dark embrace. The ocean also plays a colossal role in regulating our planet's climate, a role that performs largely out of sight. It acts as a giant heat sink, absorbing over 90% of the excess heat trapped by greenhouse gases. Without the ocean, our planet would be unimaginably hotter. It also absorbs a massive amount of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, helping to buffer the effects of climate change. But this service comes at a cost. The absorbed heat is warming the ocean, and the carbon dioxide is causing ocean acidification, which threatens marine life, especially creatures with shells and skeletons like corals and shellfish. The ocean is silently protecting us, but it is suffering in the process. It's a quiet, hidden battle that has profound implications for our future. So, why does all this matter? Why should we care about what's hidden in the deep? Because this hidden world is inextricably linked to our own. The health of the deep ocean affects the health of the entire planet. The strange glowing creatures of the twilight zone form a critical part of the marine food web. The chemical processes in the abyss influence the chemistry of the entire ocean and even our atmosphere. The ocean is one vast interconnected system. What happens in the deepest trench can eventually have an impact on the waves lapping at your local beach. Exploring this hidden world isn't just about satisfying our curiosity. It's about understanding our own planet. It's about discovering new forms of life, new medicines, and new insights into how life can exist in extreme environments. It's about understanding the climate system that we all depend on. Every time we send a submersible into the deep, we learn something new, something that reshapes our view of the world. We are only just beginning to pull back the veil. The next time you stand by the sea, look out at the horizon. Appreciate the beauty of its surface, the sound of its waves, the feel of the salt spray on your face, but also, take a moment to imagine what lies beneath. Imagine the journey down, through the fading light into a world of living stars. Imagine the bizarre and beautiful creatures of the midnight zone, surviving against all odds. Imagine the fiery vents on the seafloor, giving birth to life in the eternal dark. The ocean is not just a pretty view, it's a living, breathing entity of immense complexity and power. It is a world of secrets, a keeper of history, a regulator of our climate, and a cradle of life in its most extreme and wondrous forms. It is showing us a beautiful, shimmering mask, but its true face, the one hidden in the deep, dark water, is far more fascinating, far more mysterious, and far more important than we could ever imagine. And perhaps the greatest adventure left for humanity is not to look up at the stars, but to look down into the profound and magnificent mystery of our own planet's heart. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the deep. If you found this as fascinating as I do, consider subscribing for more explorations into the wonders of our world. See you next time.